before I joined Cashflow Tribe, I would go to these meetups and nothing really changed. Like there was no accountability, which is one thing that's really core to Cashflow Tribe. Not only did you have like this intense sense of community, but you also had accountability.
I was working for somebody else that was not me. Okay, this 9-to-5 rat race that I'm trapping, I don't like it. I know something is bigger there for me.
Cashflow Tribe has been some serious practitioner information that I was able to tap into. I knew I needed to take it to a higher level.
Cashflow Tribe was Canadian, and that's what really kind of moved me more towards them. This is exactly the kind of group and people that I want to be part of.
If somebody's losing in one of my deals, I don't want to do the deal. If I cannot have my partners to win on the deal as well, I don't want the deal.
My name is Douglas.
My name is Tish.
My name is Alex, and I am...
And I am...
And I'm Cashflow Tribe.
Cashflow Tribe.
Cashflow Tribe. Huh.
Everybody, it is the Wednesday Masterclass. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. It's your boy, Daniel Blagrove, coming at you with another Masterclass. I hope you guys are doing well. We are in the middle of the week, so I don't know. I hope your week is going super well. My week is going awesome because I just get to connect with people just like you. I also got to shout out my main man, Vinny. Vinny, unmute yourself to say hi to the people.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, sir. We got Tanya Blakely in the house. Good to see you. Steve, what's up? Jan Carpenter, what's up, girl? We got Bob, good to see you. Bill Murphy, Emily, good to see y'all. Awesome, awesome. All right, so for those, if it's your first time, I gotta ask you guys. I'm gonna put a poll out there. I just want to know. I want to get a feel for everybody so we can meet you where you are. If you are brand new, never heard of Cashflow Tribe, Vinny's gonna drop a poll. I wanna hear from you guys. Have you ever been a part of Cashflow Tribe? Heard of Cashflow Tribe? Do you recognize it? Are you brand new? Just let me know. Let me know in the poll so I can get a good idea for you guys. And while you guys are filling out that poll, drop your cities below. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I love to find out new cities where people are coming from. Man, Steve, yes, sir. What's up? What's up? Love it. Andrea, good to see you on here, girl. All right, awesome. Jason, good to see you guys. All right, so for the most part, it looks like just about 25% of you guys are new to Cashflow Tribe. So that's good to know because we definitely want to know, get a feel for our community, get a feel for our group. If it is your first time, welcome. This is Cashflow Tribe. Listen, 4 things that we're really big on. We're big on community. We're big on results. We're big on impact. And we're big on transparency. Those are our core values at Cashflow Tribe. That is what we live, what we breathe, and this is what we exist for. And so we're hoping that as you are in this masterclass, you will definitely get a feel for who we are and learn as becoming a real estate or aspiring real estate investor in your journey. So listen, this is week 6 of the masterclass, and I'm excited to get into it because we're going to be talking about deal analysis, not analysis paralysis. Deal analysis, understanding how to run the numbers, understanding the get a good understanding of how should we go about analyzing deals, what makes the most sense for how we use our time, how we use our resources, our energy. And I think it's going to be a really important conversation that we got to have because I'm going to be bringing on our main guy, our special guest. He hails from Windsor. He ain't there though. He be traveling, building businesses, building relationships. I'm going to bring him on. Shout out to my man, Ben Muresan. Come on, man. Get up on this video. I need to see you. I need people to see you.
What's going on? What's going on, Danny B? Glad to be back, man. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. We're here. I'm excited for today's conversation. I see everybody's repping all over Canada here. We got Kincardine. We got Toronto and Markham and Montreal. Okay. Hey, what's up, Tanya? What's up, Julian, Ursu? What's up, Brad? Everybody's here. Wybridge, okay, in the house. Looks like Hamilton's here. Kitchener, repping Montreal with Stephen Manfredi. What's up, everybody? Good to have you back. I'm just curious, Danny B, who's the first timer? Looks like there's a couple first timers here. If you're a first timer, maybe just give us a quick hello. What's up, Jason? What's up, Carlton? What's up, Raj? We got some good people up in here, man.
Yeah, put first in the comments if it's your first time, because about 30% of you said you never heard of Cashflow Tribe. So put it first. We want to definitely connect with you.
I see my man Sharma saying happy belated birthday. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody here. Okay, amazing. Alan, welcome. Good to have you guys here. We'll drop the poll here real quick. Are you brand new? Okay, we got brand new 34% of you guys. All right, let's see that poll go through. Danny B, let's kick it off, man. I
yes,
love
sir.
it.
Let's get it going. Yovan, hello. We got John Young. It's your first time. Pleasure to connect with you. Lauren, wait, it's your first time. Awesome. Alan, what's up, my man? And Gatlin. Okay, guys, listen, we're going to go right into it. This is Real Estate 101, deal analysis. And this is the whole idea, guys. For those who have not been here before, our whole masterclass is based on helping you to do your first deal. If you're brand new, have no idea how to invest in real estate, interested, looking to learn, looking to grow, you are in the right place, because our goal is to help you get into your first deal through a series of hops. All right, but before we do that, got to do my proper due respect. This is Ben Humble, aka the Humble CEO. He bought his first property at 21 years old with 100% financing, became a landlord with 21 doors, and has done over 10 houses a year flipping houses. Eventually transitioned to wholesaling in 2017, and through that has become a millionaire by the age of 30. He's done hundreds of deals in Canada, so he knows exactly what he talks about when it comes to deal analysis. All right, so we got the right people in this room to be talking about this. As for myself, I am the Chief Love Officer of Cashflow Tribe. I just love to love on people, man. Love to put on a good time, connect, grow, and continue to achieve our goals. And a fun fact, I was the 7th member of Cashflow Tribe. We now have over 2,500 members in Cashflow Tribe, and I was number 7, so that's a pretty cool feat.
Wow, bro, you were 007?
Come on, man. Yes, sir.
Okay. We got Dan Bond in the house. Okay, so good.
Somebody in Tribe was number 666, but that's another story. But hey, I was 007.
We skipped right over that number. We went right to 667, so there you go.
That's right. We omitted that for you to make sure that you got some success as well. That's awesome.
That's right. And yes, Daniel is the Chief Love. That we call him the Clo around here, man. I love it.
That's right. I'm also the host of The Pitch. It's a show that we do online. It's a live stream that's streamed through YouTube. Ben's pages, his business partner, Matt McKeever, on his pages. We do this on Facebook and YouTube. It's a great show. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend you check out Cashflow Tribe on Facebook. We definitely stream it there every Thursday. I'm a host of that show. And I'm also a member of the council. It's a real estate mastermind group. And I've also been in real estate since 2018. And I've done my first deal back then and still in it to this day. And so, listen, guys, I want to start off giving you guys a free gift. This is the Private Deals PDF. It is a booklet that will help you understand how to break down the purchase and sale agreement, understanding how to do deals by writing offers, talking to sellers. Listen, in a hot market like this, I'm sure no matter where you are, you can be in PEI or you can be in Vancouver, no matter what coast you're on. Deals are hot right now. And so one of the things that we're looking to do is understand how to go direct to seller. Guys, one funny thing that Ben may touch on today is the fact that at one point, he was making all kinds of offers with realtors and getting a great number of success. But at one point, he had to make a pivot. And I hope that by taking this free gift, this will help you understand how to also make a pivot if you are looking to buy and are only relying on real estate agents. Guys, there is another way. And so I'll definitely leave that alone. But that is a free gift for everybody on this webinar. So definitely look out for that after this call. Want to make sure you level up no matter what. So what is our goal, guys? Listen. Our goal is to help you understand the successful journey of a real estate investor and help you move just one step closer. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. If you were hoping that we were going to make you $100,000 right on this call, sorry, this ain't it. We are all about helping you move just a step closer and a step closer and a step closer. You might have heard the saying, how do you conquer an elephant or maybe a watermelon or whatever the big thing is? It's not just gulping it all at once. It's taking it one bite at a time. And so the reality is we just want to help you take that same approach when it comes to your journey in real estate investing. So what I need y'all to do is I need you to put your phone on Do Not Disturb. I got mine on Do Not Disturb. I need y'all to close down the social media for a moment. Maybe let your friends and family know if you're in another room. Just say, hey, I'm focused. I'm locked in. I want to get some results tonight. And so if you could turn off the distractions, not only are you helping us, but you are helping yourself. And we will have time to answer questions at the end of this masterclass. So let me just do a real hop recap. This is all about taking small hops, okay? How we put it is we reduce the big hop into smaller hops. Many people want to do their first deal, and I think that is a great ambition. But even within doing that first deal, there is a series of hops that we have to make in order to get there. And so that's what we want to help you walk through. Focus on one step at a small time and create small wins. Gain momentum and gain confidence to move to the next step so that you can accomplish the next obstacle in front of you, right? And so I think it's been said, Ben, that success wasn't something that you accomplished in the far future, but it's actually something you do every day. Is that right?
It's one step at a time here, guys. So today I'm going to give you the raw and the real, and not put false ideas in your head. I think a lot of people have been lied to about real estate by people who just simply don't know. And I'm not here to criticize anybody. I just want you to gain clarity. You don't have to overcomplicate this process. Literally put one foot in front of the other, which is why we created the series. Because when the step is so small and it's so attainable, you're more likely to take it. If you're brand new, by the way, and you've never bought a deal and you're trying to buy your very first deal in a hot market, it can be very overwhelming and very complicated. So the goal really is simply to identify where you're at, take one hop over, next week take another hop over, and slowly move towards getting that first deal done. And you'll find that that level of action taking is going to help you get the result a lot quicker and a lot more, efficiently than you trying to imagine you're going to jump in one big leap. So that's what this thing's about. So yeah, man, I agree with you on that.
Love it. And so listen, we are in week number 6. Deal analysis is what we're doing tonight. We understood the process of buying property last week. We had personal finance and budgeting the week before, which was a fantastic class. We are actually thinking about circling on that topic in another week because that was definitely a great hit. And a lot of y'all have been talking to me, letting me know that you want to figure out how we can continue to be good stewards of our own finances so that we can do the same with other people's money. Love that topic. But tonight we are going to be talking about deal analysis. All right. So let's get right into it. Listen, I got a lot of conversations, a lot of discussions that I'm having. And listen, one of the most common questions that is asked is this a good deal? People often think that when they ask that question, listen, they're asking if it's if it's an objective truth. But the reality is, what's a good deal for one person may not be a good deal for another person. And the reality is people are often either focused on ROI, they can be focused on cash flow, they can be focused on cap rates, right? And net profit. So listen, I actually want to ask y'all a question in the polls, okay? Vinny, put this up for me. The question I want to ask is, what is most important to you? If you had to only pick one, what would be most important? Would it be return on investment? Would it be the cash flow that a property produces? Would it be cap rates? Or would it be net profit? I want to know. And Ben, as we're kind of getting these answers, I really would love for you to give us some clarity on this, because so many people think you could just bring a house to you with a picture and a price and say, Ben, is this a good deal? But can we get some counsel on that?
Yeah, so there's two ways to look at real estate, everybody. There's the cash versus cash flow equation of real estate. One of them is about producing cash today. So if you buy and flip houses or you want to wholesale real estate, you're trying to generate cash today. In that environment, the easiest way to look at it is it doesn't actually matter what you think anything is worth. It doesn't actually matter because you're not keeping the property. You're not investing in real estate if you buy and sell very quickly. You're essentially moving inventory, no different than any other type of industry. So we have to remove the real estate and the house from the equation and just imagine it's no different than you buying and selling coffees. Your job is to simply buy it at one price, sell it at another price. We get so convoluted with trying to become the experts, and we try to become the educator of what a deal is actually worth. So we say things like, oh, this property is going to go up 10% in value, so you should buy it from me. The truth is, most people flipping houses, very few of them are actually long-term investors. They're speculating and they're giving advice on things that they don't actually take themselves. If you tell somebody what the expected appreciation is to get the property sold, well, it's a false narrative, because if you actually believed in that and you're projecting these amazing numbers, you may actually want to keep the property for yourself. So the first rule I have for you guys, if you're flipping properties in a volatile market, which is today, it's a hot market, everybody wants to buy it. As the market rallies up and rallies up and rallies up, what happens is that demand keeps increasing because there's increased confidence in the marketplace. What happens when the demand increases and the supply doesn't change or the supply decreases, the price is going to keep increasing on the available supply to match the demand. So you get people overpaying, you get people overbidding, and people trying to flip houses in this market or wholesale. They're like, what's a good deal? The only answer I have for you is whatever the customer, whatever the other person is willing to pay for it. If the properties are going for 100,000 and other people are willing to pay 100, and you're a home flipper, your job is to buy it for less. It's that simple. Buy it for 90, 80, 75. The difference is called margin. But if you don't know what you're going to sell it for, and you don't know the price action that it's going to move for on the back end, it is incredibly difficult to try to figure out, what do I buy it for? So here's the reality. A good deal is only relevant to what you plan on doing with it. If you're going to buy and sell a house right away, a good deal doesn't mean anything. So long as you can generate a profit because you're buying and selling in an open marketplace, then that profit is going to determine your margin. So that's a tough question. Here's the other side. The long-term cash flow producing investment properties, that to me is an investment, because an investment takes advantage of the compounding growth formula. There's three components in here, guys. Number one is the nominal appreciation rate. So if you're a long-term investor, minimum 5-year hold, you have a nominal appreciation. If you look at my hometown of Windsor, Ontario, and go, wow, it appreciated 25% a year, that's what I should expect. No, that's speculative marketplace. That's not what you should expect. In fact, when it goes up too fast, you should be concerned. You should pull back and you should evaluate from a bigger perspective. So if you're anxious right now about long-term holds and you're anxious about getting the deal, it's because the market is too saturated with speculative buyers. And your biggest fear is buying something and then it goes down and you're left holding the bag. So there's three things we need to look at in evaluation. What is a nominal appreciation rate? If you don't have a number and you haven't done any research, in your town, something like 2 to 5% makes sense. Okay? So let's say it's 2%. What is the debt repayment? Let's just assume, so 2% is going to equal, let's say, $2,000 a year. The debt repayment, let's just say you're going to make a mortgage payment of $200 a month. That's $2,400 a year. So you got $2,000 plus $2,400, debt repayment, appreciation, and the third metric in this trifecta is cash flow. So if you can get an additional $2,000 a year of cash flow, you now have $2,000 of cash flow, right? You have, what did I say, $2,000 from debt repayment, okay? And let's just round it out with another $2,000 from appreciation. You would have $6,000. These things collectively, they make the Power Rangers, okay? You take those three things, that's $6,000. Whatever you bought the property for, whatever you put down, meaning if you put down $12,000 to buy this property, you take the $6,000 divided by 12, and you have a 50% return on cash, okay? So that's the only number that matters. You need to look at your available return on cash in every other area of your life, including real estate, and go, am I happy with the 50%? Most people, yes. 50% is an incredible number, specifically when you consider that the bank will give you maybe a couple percent. The stock market will give you a few more, but it's very volatile. So you need to come up with your investment thesis, which is what we've done in the last few weeks. So maybe your number is 20%. Daniel, when I evaluate the real estate deal, nominal appreciation, cash flow, and I take into consideration the debt repayment, these are very easy numbers to calculate. I'm going to hit a number of return on capital. Oh, this one is giving me a 15% return on capital. My benchmark is 15%. I'm going to buy this property. What I want you guys to realize is the price of something and the value of something are disjointed in a volatile marketplace. What that means is, though, even though houses are going for $600 in your neighborhood, that doesn't mean that the intrinsic value is $600,000, because that same asset was selling for $400,000 a year and a half ago. The difference between the two is called extrinsic value, and I don't want to get too theoretical here, but that extrinsic value is basically greed. It's greed and fear. I feel like it's worth more. Somebody's willing to pay more. An outside investor is speculating in my marketplace. Some foreign currency is coming into my town, and the prices keep going up, and I can't get a deal. If you're a short-term flipper, your job isn't to get a deal. Your job is to understand what the buyer's going to pay for it, whether you're selling it to another retail investor, whether you're selling it to mom and dad, whether you're selling it to a flipper. We have to understand what they're willing to pay, and we buy for less. That's it. That's the only investment thesis. If we're going to hold for the long term, return on capital is the safest metric that you can get into. And I'll tell you why before we go on, Danny B. Here's the thing, guys. If you get a 15% return on capital and all of a sudden the price action drops because the demand drops, so long as your appreciation metric, which you've been very conservative, so long as your cash flow is still there, so long as your debt repayment, which doesn't change over the course of your term, is consistent, you have the same investment. Whether the artificially inflated equity or appreciation number was there or not. Price is nothing else than an opportunity to buy and sell. That's it. If the fundamentals make sense on the real estate investment, price will tell you when to buy and when to sell in relation to the craziness in the marketplace driven by the sentiment. So we're getting into a little bit of a macroeconomic viewpoint of real estate, but I want you guys to just remember, if you're brand new, it's not that complicated. I say that, but then you're like, this freaking guy's talking a mile a minute here. And if you're lost, I'm sorry. I'll go back, okay? Steven, thank you, buddy. By the way, I'm reading every single comment coming through. So if you have some comments, give me some love, give me some energy. Let me know, guys, you can hear me. I don't like talking to myself unless it's a really important subject matter, okay? So I want you guys to just think about it. Take the stress off. Chill out. Do not overpay for real estate with the intention of a short-term flip. You will be caught holding the hot potato. So what a good deal is, depending on what are you doing? Cash, cash flow. If it's cash flow, it's return on capital. If it's cash, it's your ability to sell it for a profit. How much profit doesn't freaking matter. You might make $1,000 or $100,000. Profit is a profit. Okay? Does this help? I'm trying to clarify. Danny B, back to
This
you.
is huge. This is huge because there are so many people in this market today where I see deals and people are saying, well, when you account for the 20% appreciation that's been happening over the last year, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. We're just talking about what's happening right now. But if you're holding the property for long term, you want to make sure, just as Ben mentioned, that if the debt repayment, which doesn't change, you have the cash flow and you have the nominal appreciation rate. If you're still cash flowing and getting the return that is happy for you to receive, then you're good. But you don't want to do it on speculation. Oh, for the last year in this market, it's been 25%. So for the next 5, I can expect it to be another 25. That is damn near gambling. And so it's really, really important, Ben, that for the people who have answered this poll, 65% of you said cash flow. So it's really, really important that we understand these market fundamentals, which was really, really important on that. And so
let me touch on that a little bit further before we go on here, guys. This is what's happening in our lifetime. Okay, I want you to watch this. People's attention spans, they're getting shorter, and people's level of instant gratification is also getting a lot more imperative. Everybody wants it now. And the moment you get it now, you want it faster. The moment it happens in 10 minutes, you want it in 5 minutes. So here's the game. A number of years ago, I said, how do you become a millionaire? You guys want the secret? Give me a thumbs up if you want the secret. My secret from 10 years ago of how I could become a millionaire. Let me tell you, who's give me a thumbs up? Say yes, tell me how to become a millionaire. Danny B's in the thing. Okay, here's how you become a millionaire. Ready? You purchase $1 million worth of real estate. You rent it out for 25 years. The people living there, called tenants, pay it down. And at the end of the 25-year period, you have $1 million worth of equity that you can sell at any time, and now you are a millionaire. This was the answer 10, 15 years ago. You buy real estate, you pay it off, millionaire, okay? Most of you are going to go, shoot. I mean, that's too slow now. So what I'm going to do is burr my way there. I'm going to buy and flip properties every 8 months, and I'm going to do this thing faster. And then the burr thing was cool 5 years ago. And now people are like, burr? That's too damn slow, man. There's too many R's in burr. So why don't I just flip? You know why? Because a flip is a shorter word than a burr, right? So maybe if burr takes me 6 months, a flip will only take me 3 months. But then a flip's got to take all this work, Danny B. So why don't I just get into wholesaling? Wholesaling means in 4 weeks, I can make the same as these clowns make in 4 months. You know, amazing. So I'm going to get into wholesale. My point is simple, guys. As technology develops and as we move forward, as the industry changes and adapts, people will have higher and higher expectations and lower and lower attention spans. What I need you to do is do this. I need to have an active business if you're going to do this seriously, if you want to become a millionaire in real estate, you need an active business and you need long-term compounding growth that only comes from having boats in the water. The way you make money in real estate is simple. I have bought hundreds of properties. Those are boats. I placed them in the water, and then the tide went like this. What happened to the value of all of my boats? It all went up. I didn't say it increased. I said it went up. You know why? Because the tide can rise and the tide can fall. And when the tide rises, it's a good idea to get rid of some boats. But when the tide falls for no good reason other than it falls, sometimes it's an opportunity to buy more boats. So the market will move up and down in cycles. Your job is to place the boat in the water and wait for the market to rise and to fall. This is what most people do, Danny B. They wait until the tide starts rising and then they try to quickly throw a boat in there. Well, what happens to a boat if you're dropping it in the air and you're expecting the water to pick it up? It's gonna flip it and capsize the boat. What happens to the boat if you put it and the water falls on top of the boat? The boat is done. So here's my point. Buying and holding is important if you understand the game. You need to buy intelligently based on real, true fundamentals, but the price will tell you when to buy and the price will tell you when to sell. Most people say, I'm supposed to buy low and sell high. Here's what they do. They only buy in the market cycle that they think they should be, but price is relative to that. So they go, oh, the market's high. I should be getting into real estate. Folks, we have to understand that there's some synergies here that if we understand the dynamics of how the market moves, that's why the very first course we did here was about the market fundamentals. We have to know the game. And if you missed it, Danny will, I'm sure, have some recordings for you guys after the fact. Is this helping you guys? Is helping you understand? So I really do believe right now you need to do both. You need to have boats in the water, and you do that through intelligent design. And you, by the way, if you keep playing this game of real estate investing, you can do it with no money, but that's a whole other topic, all right? But at the same time, you have to recognize that if you only have long-term holds and you make $100 a month, you're going to get bored. And you're going to want to noodle and do a flip or two. And if you're doing a flip or two, you're probably going to sell too early, which means you're going to miss the actual run up and you're going to miss the entire tide because the boat went up this much and you're like, I'm out. Boom. I made 10 grand on a wholesale deal. Good for you. And then the next guy made 100 grand in 2 years on the appreciation, cash flow, and debt repayment. So we just need to look at it from this perspective, guys. All right. I want you to understand this is the way to think about real estate. Okay. That's the move, guys. Thank you, Brandon. By the way, I'm living life, man. This ain't a vacation. This is life. We're traveling, growing our real estate and doing more deals than before, which is amazing. We're in a very virtual world right now, guys. So there's no reason with a telephone and an internet connection, you can't do real estate deals. It's just a matter of financial IQ, raising your awareness, building your connections with other people doing this, and starting to move forward in your individual real estate journey. All right? That's what I got, man. Good. So, Danny, pick it up. What do you think?
Let's keep rocking. Let's keep rocking. So, Ben, listen, okay. I was at a 2-day Cash to Tribe event. You were there. Yeah. This was last year, guys. And one of the speakers, but like they put the business of real estate like this. It really helped me just really put things into its picture. He said this: it's simply a box on land. That's all real estate is. If we evaluate houses like we would like any other piece of inventory or product, it makes it easier to make decisions on properties that we come across. So when we're talking about these properties, we throw all these buzzwords around. Oh, the fair market value, the estimates. Oh, this is going to be this. Oh, when we do this to the property, it's going to go up 10,000. Listen, Ben, I need us to really have some clarity. How do we evaluate houses that makes this process simple, like inventory, rather than going through a whole maze trying to figure out a way to make this sense?
Cool. I'm going to give you guys the answer. Most people are approaching this from the perspective of, I'm going to lowball people, I'm going to try to get a deal, and then hopefully I'm going to take it to market. That's like saying, I don't know what the car is. So I'm just going to go as cheap as possible, and then getting it as cheap as possible. Hopefully there's a buyer willing to pay more. There's a massive flaw to that logic because you're no longer focusing on the supply and demand in the marketplace. You're now focusing on artificial price wars. Like you're going to a seller and saying, hey, you want $400,000 for your house? I'll give you $250,000. How did you come up with this? And how is that a win-win for the seller? How is that valuable to the seller? I get it. Guys, if you're trying to buy houses for cheap, you're screwing yourself out of deals. I'll tell you why. Because it doesn't work well. In a hot market, nobody's giving you their property for 50 cents on the dollar. Why would they? Why wouldn't they put it on the MLS? Why wouldn't they do a host of other things? See, real estate investing, if you're going to be in the business of real estate flipping, it's a business. It's about understanding the price action and bringing value to replace price. The first mistake I see from most new people is that they try to just go below price and no value. Hey man, I'll give you 70 cents on the dollar. Cool, what do I get? 70 cents on the dollar. That's nothing. You're asking me to give you a 30% discount. What are you giving me, right? Well, I'll pay cash and close fast and whatever else I heard somebody else say. I'll do that. No, you won't. You don't have those resources. You don't even have that intentionality. So we have to look at this and go, okay, what kind of agreement can I put in place? This is contract. If you think, I think there's a misconception, Danny B, that people in an active business are making cash offers blindly. It's ludicrous. Nobody has that much money. Nobody's going to $400,000 houses and going, I'll give you $250 cash, $250 cash, $250 cash. Unless you got $1 million, you're doing that 4 times and you're out of the game. You've already used up all your money, right? This cash word is a very unfair word. Unless you have the cash, for the love of the Lord, do not say you're going to make a cash offer, okay? Most real estate transactions are conditional. Well, Ben, how do I go to the MLS when all the agents are creating bidding wars and I'm going there and they tell me I have to bring a cash offer and woe is me, I'm a victim? Yes, you are. You've decided to become a victim by going to the MLS, by getting in a price war with other people and then still trying to make money on top of it. What value do you bring to the table when you're going into a price war? See, folks, there's 2 things in real estate I want you to understand. There's price and then there's terms. Nobody studies and understands and develops the competence around terms. So many people go to the lowest common denominator, which is price. All you have is price. It's a very cheap trick. See what I did there? It's kind of a pun. You feel me? That's the Dogecoin dog.
Come
right?
on, man.
See what I did there? Guys, you can't just go for price all the time. Going for price all the time is like going to a fight and all you know how to do is kick people between the legs. That's the only move you got. It's just a cheap trick, right? You have to learn the other side of the coin, which is terms. What terms can you bring to the table? Now, don't copy slogans and then use them and rattle them off. Oh yeah, I'm cash, no conditions, I close any time. No, that's bullshit. You and I both know you can't do any of those things. So don't lie. Don't make stuff up to show a perceived value of terms. Create real terms is what I'm saying to you guys. Real terms. So when you're having a dialogue with the agent or the seller, hey guys, other than price, what else is important to you? Oh, nothing, just price. That's a lie. It's never just price. We just suck at extracting the information. We don't build a relationship with the person we're talking to. We don't build rapport with them. So we get into a transactional conversation. And listen to me here. If you're in a transactional conversation in a hot, volatile market, you will lose because you're probably more desperate than the person you're talking to. You're probably a motivated buyer more than they're a motivated seller. And that's the reality of it. So then we use things like VTBs and stuff like that, which are good term options. But we have to understand the other side of the coin. So remember, break it apart. Okay? If you're flipping properties really, really quick, people go, well, it's selling for $400 everywhere, so I can only pay you $350. But here's what we don't actually realize, and nobody actually pays attention to, is what is the trajectory of the resale value? It was $300 today, but it was $280 a month ago, and it was $260 the month before that. Stop using old data to make new assumptions. Well, everything else sold for $300. Yeah, I know, and they've been going up, so what makes you think it's going to be $300 6 months from now? Guys, we have to understand that if you're paying more, you also need to sell for more. But what I would rather you think about is how do I sell for more and then I can pay more? Or what's the benchmark to what I can sell for? And in relation to that, I'll determine what I buy. Here's the trick. You ready? Everybody wants the trick. If you're in an active business, what you do, let me know while I take a drink of water.
Come on, y'all. Put it in the chat. I don't know.
Get them in the polls, Danny. Let me do a poll real quick while I'm on here with you guys. This is a fun show, by the way.
You know what?
Go
ahead.
Man. You go, man. I'm about to write this poll out, right? Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, guys, listen, it's so important to understand. You got to really understand that you have to reverse engineer this whole process, because if you're looking to purchase,
don't give away the answer.
Whoops. Let me do a little zippy right here. Ben's about to drop a poll, y'all. All right. Carlton says, pass it on. Ian says, I want to believe.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
The poll is now live right there. I want you guys to pick. What's your first move? How do you know what to sell the house for? How do you know what a good deal is? You ask the buyer. You ask the agent to get you comps. You talk with the seller, negotiate hard. Let me see. I'll give you guys 10 seconds. Ready? What key is that, bro?
Come on, man. You know I had to bring in the Jeopardy one time.
Yeah, you can bring it in the right key. We're talking B flat, son. We're not doing
that. My bad. I left the keyboard in the other room.
Okay, we got people popping in. You talk to the agent to get comps. We got to ask the buyer. We got to talk to the seller. Talk to the agent to get comps. Talk to the seller. Negotiate. Here's a hint. Who's going to end up with this property at the end of the day? Watch this. 11% moves. If you already locked in your answer, you can't lock it in again. Okay, it looks like we got the finale here. I'm going to end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2. By the way, whoever participates in the poll may get a free prize at the end of the show, but I don't know. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. All right. 14% of you guys said ask the buyer. 65% talk with the agent. 20% said talk with the seller, negotiate hard. Okay, the correct answer, they are. Okay, guys, when you're flipping property, somebody has to hold the bag. Somebody has to make a decision based on their investment thesis. The correct answer would be A, ask the buyer. 14% of you guys got this right. See, it's worth whatever the buyer's willing to pay for it. This is the nature of a free market. Today, they're willing to pay $300. Tomorrow, they're willing to pay $350 based on their own motivations, based on their own evaluation of the property. It's not right and wrong. It's motivation. So if you have a buyer, let's just say the property goes for $300, and the buyer says, man, I'm tired of competing every day. I just want to get a property at $300, and I'm okay holding this thing because I'm going to keep it as a rental. What is the target sale price in that case? It's going to be $300,000. If you know that you've got $300,000, reverse engineer the process. Ask the customer. The customer says, I'm willing to pay $300,000. Okay? Your job is to buy it for how much, Daniel?
Less.
That's the only good answer. You get it for $290, hallelujah, you made 10 grand. You get it for $280, 2 hallelujahs. You get it for less than that, you buy everybody around a hallelujahs. That's what happens. So the best thing is to seriously get a hold of the buyer. So this is a strategy that I use, guys, okay? Number one, I've got different sensitivities and different motivations across multiple buyers. The retail buyer, mom and dad, first-time Becky and Johnny who are buying a house, okay? I always use 90s names, Becky and Johnny. I should use more relevant names. Sofa and Lillian are buying a house together in 2021, all right? They got modern names. Sofa. If somebody's named Sofa, I really apologize. Not meaning to offend you or your, polyester friends. Joke. So we're going to ask this is called the retail buyer. The retail buyer is going to say, I'm willing to pay full market value because I simply need a deal. I need a host of retail buyers. This is what I would classify as a buyer's list. A buyer's list isn't who wants to buy real estate, send me your email. There's nothing relational or information gathering about that process. That is garbage, okay? Because most people on those lists will never buy anything because you've never actually spent the time to understand what they're looking for. So they're willing to pay and Rose. Let's go with Biss and Rose. I don't know. Rose seems like it's like my grandmother's name. What was that? So we got 100%. So 300, they're willing to pay 300. The person buying it as a landlord, the landlord has a long-term investment thesis. If the investment is smart, she's going to go ahead and calculate it as like those three things, and they have their own logic on how and why they buy. Remember, their criteria is different than your criteria. That's the difference. But a landlord wants to get a little bit of a discount because long term, why not get a little pop? Maybe the landlord is at 95 cents on the dollar. So in this circumstance of a $300,000 property, they would love, in that matter, to save 15 grand. So they're probably at like 285. Okay? So just giving you some perspective here. So the highest tier and the least price sensitive tier is the retail consumer. You know, when you go to like a clothing store and you really want to buy that new belt and you're going to the retail mall and you're just going to pay full price for the belt. If you get a deal, great. But if you don't, most people will just pay. Not so much cash flow, Trav, because we're more price sensitive consumers. But like the average Canadian consumer has $1.80 of debt for every dollar of income. What that tells me is they buy crap every day, all day. Stuff they don't actually need and they probably overpay for it. So you have the retail consumer, guys. You have the landlord who wants it at 95 cents on the dollar. The flipper is in a different game. He doesn't care about the $300,000 price as much. Why? Because he knows that he has a different business. He can inject work and renovations into that property and he can increase the value. See, his business is about the increasing of the value through forced appreciation. He goes, if I spent 20 grand, now it's worth 350. I've got an even more picky buyer, even less price sensitive buyer. I call those my super retail buyers. The super retail, they just paying top dollar because they might be a first time home buyer, don't have a clue. They may be a person who just wants a property and they're extremely picky. They may be a person who is a middle class citizen who makes enough money at their regular job that they're really not trying to make money with real estate. Okay? Do those buyers exist? Yes, they do, all over the place. So super retail, landlord, flipper wants it for, less, and then you got the wholesaler. The wholesaler's job is to basically sell it to one of the other categories. So here's your job. Your job is to find people in those categories and cater to them. The easiest to sell to is the wholesaler. It's simple, fast, boom, boom, boom. If the wholesaler says, man, I'm buying anything I can get my hands at 80 cents on the dollar, okay? If the property goes for 300, 80 cents on the dollar, 16 grand is 20%, okay? So 300, we got 16 grand, we got 284. That's what they'd be buying it at, okay? Is this making sense, everybody? Hope my math is correct on this. I'm just throwing it out there. So if you build the buyer's list with actual buyers and you understand what price they're willing to pay, your job is to get it for less. And then once you know, isn't it so much easier to go back to the original seller and have a conversation about a win-win? See, the problem with win-win, if you don't know who you're selling it to, is that you don't know how you win. That's why you're lowballing everybody. You're lowballing because you don't actually know where your win lies. Well, Mr. Seller, I know you want 300, but whatever, I want to get it for 250. Why 250 and not 253? Because I really don't know who I'm going to sell it for, so I have to get it for low enough where I can afford to make mistakes. Tough fact. It's a tough pill to swallow, okay? So here's your job. Your job is to find intelligent investors who make decisions based on data, not based on emotion. My best buyers, guys, are landlords who make decisions on data. I show them the three, the humble three, the trifecta, the cash flow, nominal appreciation, and debt repayment. And I do an assessment on what that would look like. So here's how it works. Hey, Mr. Landlord, if I got you a deal with 5% equity that gave you a 20% return on your cash, would you get invested and buy another rental property? That's the kind of conversation. You want to basically reduce the conversation to a small series of direct questions where you can get an answer. If you can get an answer, you've got a buyer. If you've got a buyer, this process is way easier. You also need to decide on your investment thesis. Who's broke? Anybody completely broke? Like you don't even have money to buy a deal. Maybe you're thinking to do active investing because you want to save some money and buy passive deals. Maybe somebody broke in the audience. It's okay. We all broke at one point. Okay. If that's the case, your thesis is surrounding more the active side of the business. And I get that. But you have to realize that there's still, guys, I have passive investments that I haven't spent any of my own money. But the secret is this. You either raise your level of financial IQ and financial awareness and have the relationships with people that can fund deals, or you don't, because you've never surrounded yourself with the right people for the right amount of time and had the right conversations. The lower your financial IQ, the more money you need from your own pocket. The higher your financial IQ, the less money you need. Okay? Matt McKeever and I, we never use our own money. Why would we? I got everybody else's money who wants to do a deal with us. Danny Blagrove, actually maybe Danny Blagrove, why don't you take 2 minutes and tell him the thing. Guys, check out what Danny Blagrove did.
100%. Guys, I was at a 2-day event. I saw a deal that I knew was a deal because when I talked to buyers, I understood what they were buying at. And so when I looked at the numbers based on my goals, I knew that there was a certain property that was a deal. The numbers made sense. The interesting thing was this deal came from Ben's office. His team had locked up this property under contract and they're looking to assign it to another buyer. So I walked across the room and approached Ben because he has money that I want to use. And so I said, hey, Ben, I got a deal. Here are the numbers. This is the money I need. I would love to be a joint venture partner with you on this deal. And he looked at it. He said, yes, we shook hands. And it wasn't until after he realized that this same deal was a deal that came from his office. And so even in doing a first deal with 100% financing, this was not of none of my own money. And so the process is the exact same here.
Guys, did you hear what this dude did? He punked me. All right. It was like MTV. Hey, Ben, I have a property. Do you want to fund it for me? Tell me about it, Danny. Hey, it's got some equity. It's a good deal. See, my office wholesales deals all the time. I have a financing division and I have a wholesaling division. Daniel literally made a connection and got the financing, got the wholesale deal, and then he came to the financing division for financing. And when I found out what he did, I was like, good on you, bro. Good on you. Why not? Why not put 2 and 2 together? He simply had a higher level of awareness. He knew where the resources were. He built a relationship so he could make an ask. Guys, it's not hard to ask for money. If there's a deal, somebody said it in the comments here. I wonder who was in the comments said, Alan, that was you. A good deal always gets funded, even when it's my own deal. See, Daniel knew how to pitch it. Daniel knew, by the way, AKA hint, the pitch tomorrow night. Okay, it's happening. It's going down. If you know how to pitch, if you know how to present the deal, if you know how to present yourself, friends, the skills, the awareness, the network will help you make money. But if you're not putting yourself out there enough, I find most people will never get in that scope. Okay, so Danny, let's hit this again, bro. Fair
100%.
Market value. A lot of people like, what's the fair market value? Those of you that said fair market value is the indicator, only in a stabilized market. When the market's moving at 24% a year appreciation, guys, there's no fair market value. It's all bullshit. All right? It's doing this, right? This is fair market value. So a realtor goes, well, it sold for this last week. You can't take that as scripture. It's not scripture. Just because it sold last week. The market's volatile. Why would you expect for a rough waters to all of a sudden stop and become a calm water just because a realtor told you what it sold for last week? It's not logical. If the tide is doing this, here's what you got to realize. Oh, this sold for this last week. Cool. That's last week's data. I have to go and get new data. The way that I do this, guys, I check in with my buyers on a regular basis if I'm in an active business, right? I'm checking and saying, where are you at this week? Are you buying? What price point are you buying? Well, these ones sold for this. Now I only want to pay that. Or these ones sold for that. I want to pay this. Okay? Fair market value is a good starting point, but it's no more a real number than is the assessment of the property. It's a benchmark. It's a starting point. Here's what I want you guys to do. There's no finite number. Nobody, gossip, not gospel. Oh, Erica, you preaching now, girl.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Hey. Okay, so there's no such thing as fair market value. I know you want to watch a Matt McKeever YouTube video and like, I know some stuff. Guys, it's relative. Everything in life is relative, especially real estate. Today, somebody's willing to pay 100. Tomorrow, they're willing to pay 120. It's not your job to become the market maker. It's not your job to tell people what stuff is worth. It's your job to literally create an opportunity and get out of the way. It's your job to buy stuff and sell stuff at whatever people are willing to pay for it. So you got to have a plan B. If the only plan you have for getting deals is lowball offer, time to create a plan B. A plan B, what do you do when somebody says, no, I want 300, I'm fixed on 300? You're like, I'll give you 260. No, it's 300. In fact, the reason you asked me pissed me off. It's now 301. What do? Do you have a plan B to offer terms as a substitute? So can you create a win-win in that environment? Okay. So fair market value, for those of you guys that are brand new, are basically 3 properties that sell in the same neighborhood, the same area, the same condition. You take an aggregate of those 3. You take the average, okay, of the aggregate. And that's essentially what the going rate is. It's not a finite, it's an average, okay? You take the estimated cost of repairs if you're trying to figure out the resale price of that super retail buyer, okay? You add that in, that's called the cost basis. And then the after repair value is kind of the same thing. It's what are the finished houses going for? You have fair market values. This is what the average condition thing is going for. This is what that new joint is going for, okay? There's 2 prices to the same house. I know it's confusing. That's like saying let's say a 2020 Dodge and a 2020 Dodge that's mint and off the line versus a 2020 Dodge that was bought 6 months ago and trashed and beat to hell. They're the same product, but they're different conditions, so they have different perceived values for the person willing to buy them. Some person is never going to buy the one that's beat up, because they want the new one. They want the clean one, okay? They want the value, and they want the perceived utility. That's the key word. Everybody has a different perceived utility about things in life. When you're not that thirsty, this thing is worth about 50 cents, okay? When you're super thirsty and you just woke up and you need a coffee, you might be willing to pay $2. Well, Ben, that's not a big difference. It's 50 cents to $2. That is an incredibly massive difference in price. So we have to keep that in mind, guys, okay? We have to keep that in mind, that it's about the motivation in the moment will dictate what the price is willing to go for. Is this helping you guys? Helping?
Come on, guys, let us know.
We're going to take Q&A at the end, but if you have a question at this point, you can throw it in the comments, and I'll get to it later, but you can drop it in. Okay, Dave, we got a lot of slides, bro. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
go.
We got to wrap it up. So listen, this is exactly what Ben talked about. We're talking about comparables here, guys. And so when we're talking about comparables, it's so easy to start talking about everything else but the property. Did you guys notice that when Ben mentioned talking about fair market value, talking about after repair value, he was talking about all things about the house? Guys, I want you to actually start to listen out for this when you're listening to other people who are looking to buy and sell real estate. Some people will say that there's an awesome Amazon location that's coming to town. Some people will say, you know what, the bridge that's being built will bring far more business. You know, oh, the toilet in my master bedroom is golden, so that's going to add significant value to the house. Guys, listen, we got to understand the things that matter. If the house down the street isn't the same type of house with the same type of condition or the same number of beds and baths, if it's a completely new build and you're buying in an area where it's a century home, chances are there are going to be things that are not comparable. And so we just got to understand, what is apple to an apple? What's an orange to an orange, right? And so go ahead.
Let me say this, man. People buy based on emotion, and then they convince themselves on logic. They follow through a logic, but they really buy an emotion. They've already decided to buy it. Now they have to justify the purchase, right? They walk into a house, they go, "Ooh, I love this house. It's beautiful." Then it's probably like that one thing that they've never seen before, like green shutters. "Oh my God, green shutters is amazing." And then they go, "Well, it's in the right school district. It's within my budget. It's a little bit more than I want to pay monthly, but I could probably just cancel a whole bunch of other stuff and keep this house." Because, you know, a house is really important. That's right. It has a golden throne, right? And they start justifying with logic, but they've sold themselves on emotion. And I've seen people who go the adverse, right? When they're selling their house, "Oh yeah, I've got a unique brown toilet. You've never seen a brown toilet like this. In fact, like, it's so brown because, you know, we just never clean it, but it's valuable to me. It's a nice toilet," right? All right. This is an oldie but a goodie. People will always take the stuff that they have. And I've seen them do this. They get emotionally attached to it. "This was my great-grandpappy's home, and, you know, it's really worth a lot more than you guys are giving me for it because great-grandpappy lived there." Well, it wasn't my great-grandpappy, right? So the challenge, folks, is that logic and emotion play 2 different roles, right? There's a disconnect there. So when you go to somebody and go, "Well, logically, all the properties are selling for $300,000, so you should sell me yours for $300,000, right?" and they're going to go, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. There's a bridge coming. It's going to be worth $8 million next week, so no, I'm going to hold out for the bridge. Or the vice versa. Well, all of them in the neighborhood are going for $300,000, so you should pay $300,000. And I'm going, no, don't think I'm going to do that. I mean, seems like it's a pretty risky move if I got to get out of this thing. So, no, I ain't doing that, right? We just assume that if we're logical, people are going to go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Here, sign right here. Anybody married in the thing? If you're married to your spouse, like me to my wife, and I go, hey, you should really make the bed here because we're staying at this place and you should clean it and whatever. It's very logical. We keep the place clean. You should do your job and you should walk the dog and take him out for a pee in the morning, right? No, I do that. Okay, great. So I guess I'll do it. Okay, wonderful. And then I go do it myself, right? My point to you guys is it's not always about the logic. The emotion is a very big component in this whole process. Danny B, keep going. So as much as you see these comparables and the bedroom size, it's a starting point. It's not a definitive marker. Okay?
That's
I'm
right.
just trying to make a very specific point. Gotcha.
That's it. And so, guys, listen, we're about to take y'all to the next level. We're going to have actionable steps that I need you to do so that we can actually do these hops, right? So we've had the conversation about understanding how to evaluate what is the process of deal analysis, reverse engineering, talking to buyers, pulling comparables, getting the data, and scrapping the drama. So let me know in the comments, guys. Let me know in the comments. Are you ready for the actionable steps that we need to do from this class? I need to see it in the comments. Come on, man. Happy is better than right. Okay, Ian, I see you. Let me know in the chat, guys, if you're ready and excited, because we're going to continue this next phase in doing deals, guys. All right. So once again, one of our core values is results. And so I need y'all in the chat. Let me know if you're ready to go. Okay. All right, Bill, Jason, Divyang. Okay, Jamie. All right, let's go. Let's go. Ben, are you ready? I'm ready. Come on, man.
Let's go, man. I'm excited.
All right.
Okay. Let's do some homework.
Here's the actionable steps, guys. I need you to determine the ROI that you need to meet your SMART goal. What does this mean? This means I need you to start with the end in mind. Is 20% good for you? If you invest a certain amount of capital, what is the percentage that you're looking to make? And then based on that, you can run deals and analyze them and know if it's a good deal or not. Right? How you can do this, I want you guys to go to cashflowtribe.com, use the calculators. It is the best real estate calculator online, period, for real estate investors. I need y'all to go there. It's also a great opportunity for you to connect with JV partners, with money lenders, connect with flippers, connect with landlords. If you're looking to wholesale, start some conversations. Ask questions. What are they buying for and why are they buying it for that price? Why does it make sense to them? So you understand how to transact deals if you're looking to wholesale as well. Here's the next step. I want you to practice fair market value, after repair value, and repair estimates, okay? Last week, guys, we went through analyzing, the homework was to analyze 7 properties. So what I want you to do now is do the work of figuring out what is the value of those properties from those properties that you analyzed from the previous week. Determine a fair market value, the after repair value, and the estimates using comparables, sold data, not what's listed, from what is sold in the market, and use those as comparables. And if you guys are brand new, you haven't been here previously, I need you to email me, Daniel at Cashflow Tribe Canada. I will get you the stuff. My email is in my name in the comments. Daniel at Cashflow Tribe Canada. I will get you the homework for between weeks 1 to 5 so that you can catch up, make those small hops, and get to the next stage. Okay, guys? And so here's the Cashflow Tribe platform. For those who don't know, this is the news feed. It's an opportunity for us to connect as real estate investors. Remember, I was number 7 on this platform. We have over 2,500 investors on this platform for you to connect with. And we got calculators, like I mentioned. We have all kinds of calculators. Like I said, the flipping calculator, the BRRRR calculator, rental, the renovation calculators, everything you need to run to do all the homework is in this calculator online. It will give you the data and it will scrap out every single piece of drama. You can save that for Netflix. And so you can definitely run the mortgage information, the CMHC, all the calculators that you need. You can run it through there. We have courses, guys. Courses for those who don't know that we have replays for trainings that we have. We have there's even a course for how to use the calculators, actually how to run the analyzers. discovering your SMART goal. Remember what I said about SMART goals, guys. That is the foundation of why we invest in real estate. So definitely check out the courses that we have there available. We have over 30 courses there and counting. We are adding more to the catalog in the coming months. Okay. And so we got forums, opportunities for you guys to connect and have different discussions on particular topics. It could be about the market you're in. It could be about money lending. It could be about all kinds of real estate topics. Definitely dive into those conversations. And of course, we have groups, guys. We have groups in different provinces, whether or not you are looking to wholesale or looking to flip or whatever strategy you're looking to deploy. We definitely have groups there ready for you. And so I definitely want to bring on my man, Andrew. When I say bring him on, I mean bring his picture on because he's not on this. But I want to share his story because he joined Cashflow Tribe back in April. He was looking to find leads and find opportunities to buy deals. And with the help of a private loan, he was able to capture a 5-plex, guys, a 5-plex with a VTB. And he was able to do this while renovating the units, renting them out at a higher price. And so with the new rents that he now has, he's looking to lock up another multifamily unit. So I want to shout out Andrew and check him out on Cashflow Tribe. He is in cashflowtribe.com. Reach out to him, ask him about how he did it. What's his process? Network, guys, because he is the one who got it done. And so, guys, listen, this is the deal. I want you guys to join me in the homework. And in order to do the homework, I want you guys to grab a membership. It's $59 a month. All you got to do is sign up with the offer that is on your screen now. It's $59 a month. You get access to all the courses. There is five weekly trainings, guys, 5 weekly trainings where you get to connect on Zoom face-to-face with us so that we can engage and help you further along this journey. So you'll get access to the MLS or the private MLS that's in the cashflowtribe.com. Getting access to deals that are off market. So if you're looking for real deals and looking to take down some deals, it's on cashflowtribe.com. You can also run through the calculators and make it happen. So if you are brand new, if you are and if you are also a basic member, I want to encourage you to sign up for premium so we can take your investing to the next level. If you are already a Cashflow Tribe member and you have a premium subscription, I got something special for you guys. If you upgrade to yearly, because we want your commitment, we want you to stay long-term, and we want to see you succeed. If you sign up with a yearly membership, we're going to throw in a mastermind experience ticket. I don't know if you guys remember what I said when number one, when I mentioned about the boxes on land and I was talking about raising capital and doing business with Ben. This was at a 2-day mastermind. This was the exact type of event I was at. And if you guys sign up with a yearly annual, upgrade to yearly, you will get this mastermind ticket for free, for $0 when you sign up with an annual membership. And one thing I also want to say is for those who take action first, the first person who signs up for an annual membership, I'm actually going to throw in $100 cash so that you actually get the cost. When it works out to the value, it'll level out. And so I want you guys to definitely sign up for that annual membership. And for those who are serious and commit to the long term. And so for those who want to know what is the mastermind experience, this coming weekend, we only have 4 seats left, but this coming weekend, we got the flipping strategy. Remember what Ben said about flipping. You're gonna have the whole thing laid out over 2 days to understand how to flip houses and do it like a business, not like a hobby, not like a side hustle, but as a real business, and understand how to extract value out of the marketplace by deploying the strategy. And then for those who are looking for March, we have how to master real estate investing with minimal experience. Guys, this is not a matter of those who are the fastest, those who are the strongest. It's simply those who take action. And with little to minimal experience, you will definitely understand how to do this over the course of 2 days. And so, guys, I want to let y'all know, for those who want to do this and get into this event, sign up for an annual membership. It is literally only for $588 when you sign up for an annual membership. The reason why this is so significant is because when I was in the 2-day mastermind, I actually paid that $5,000. I paid that $5,000 to be at the event, and the return on my investment was still multiplied. And so I want to encourage you to take this opportunity if you're looking to really level up and get into the game. Understand how to build legacy wealth, grow your mindset, scale your real estate business, and build a bulletproof investing plan. And so we're going to be taking your questions, but I definitely want to just recap what we're offering here. If you have never heard of Cashflow Tribe and you want to sign up, you want to get going, grab that membership, $59 a month. If you're ready to commit and really level up over the course of the next year, I want to encourage you to grab an annual membership. We will throw in that mastermind experience ticket. And for those who are already annual, I got you guys. Trust me, I got you guys. If you're already annual, I want to throw in that mastermind ticket at 50% off. Instead of paying $500 or $588, I will give you $250 for those who are already annual. Just click that link. If you are already logged into Cashflow Tribe, just click the link. You'll be able to make an order, and it will cut down the price to $250 so that you can get in. And so this is the offer. And of course, guys, if you're just learning, you're just growing, listen, no pressure. Just grab a free membership. Grab a basic membership and get inundated in our community. Understand what community results, impact, and transparency is all about here at Cashflow Tribe so you can level up. Ben, do we got some questions or what? What's going on here, man?
Yeah, man. Hey, great, guys. Listen, we're a low-key, no pressure. Some of you guys are members of other real estate communities. That's cool. No problem. Come check out the difference, man. If you guys are new, grab a free account. If you want to get access to tons of training, join the monthly. There's a big promo on the annual. And if you're already, a seasoned ticket holder to your own growth, amazing. We love to keep helping you invest in yourself. I've spent over $250,000 on my own personal education, so I know the value of all this stuff. So thanks, Daniel. Let's hit up some questions, guys, about this subject matter today. And Daniel B, I believe everybody signing up tonight. We have a homework session on Friday.
That's right. That's right.
So Friday, guys, we're doing a homework session for everybody grabbing at $59 or higher. You guys will come hang out with us directly. We had a very small group last time. We'll probably have like just a number of people in a room, and we're going to spend some time, you, me, and Danny B doing the homework together. Okay.
100%.
Ian, yeah, you can upgrade anytime, but the promotion is tonight. So if you're at all hesitant, guys, listen, we've got 100% money back guarantee for 7 days, because if you do it and you don't like it, no worries. Come to Friday's class. We'll hang out with you. You get your refund, call it a day. Guys, we don't need to keep you on something if it's not a good fit. I also don't want to push people if you're not ready to do deals. So here's the way I do this. If you're brand new and just education seeking, you've never heard of us, grab a free membership. If you're ready to do your first deal and really get the knowledge up, this is the best $59 you'll ever spend month to month. If you want to commit to a year of growth, it's amazing because you're going to pay the $588, but you're going to get $499 off the ticket of the next event. So you're basically paying something like $90 for the annual with the 2-day intensive. If you haven't been to a 2-day intensive, it's me, Matt McKeever, Daniel Blagro, and a whole group of people here. We spend probably 8 or 9 hours together. And if you're already a member, let's keep it rocking. So if you want to wait for the future, the offer may be there. I know we're limited seating on the event. We've only got a few seats left for the next event happening. Actually, it's this Saturday, isn't it, Danny B?
That's right. It's this weekend, guys. There's 4 seats remaining, and I definitely want to give $100 cash to the first person who takes action on that, so we can get you in.
You're giving 100? Danny B's giving $100,
baby. $100 cash.
I love it. Right. I love it. Okay, so you giving $100 cash for somebody with the first one. So, dude, if you give it $100 cash, plus they're only paying the $588 and getting the 4, what are you doing to us, man? We're gonna. I'm teaching you how to get a deal, man. Okay, let's jump into it. I love people taking massive action, so I challenge you guys, if you're ready to level up, pick one of these 4, the free one or the paid one. Pick one, grab it tonight, and let's just move forward. If you're not doing it for you, do it for me, and I'll help you and keep pushing you guys forward. Okay, cool. And so I'm going to get the mastermind for upgrade, and everybody who upgrades will be there on Friday. So how do you get into the Friday classes? It's grabbing one of these subscriptions. Cool. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, Mark, that's right. Okay, and if you have questions, you can just DM Danny B or the admin. They're in the comments. I'm going to do some Q&A, though, okay, guys? I'm going to jump into some Q&A for a few minutes so we can jump in back to our real estate investing topic, okay, so that we're here to keep moving this forward. Ian says, are the profits now in the art of the deal rather than in the resale value? Ian, could you clarify your question, buddy? I'd like to understand. So are the profits now in the art of the deal rather than the resale value? So the resale value depends on how you're defining this. The resale value is going to have a lot of other components. How long are you holding the property for, Ian? If you could clarify your question, that'd be amazing. All right. By the way, if you guys came in late and you're grabbing an upgrade, Danny B has all the previous recordings from all the last sessions of the hops. I think we're on week like 5 right now. We'll get you guys all those recordings.
Definitely email me. I'll put it in the chat again. Definitely reach out if you need the recording. I definitely got it, you guys.
Yeah, and at the end of this conversation, we're going to jump in and send you guys all the content and the free gift from the beginning. Okay, so let's grab those questions, guys. I want to see questions on this topic as we have a few minutes. I want to talk to it here. Okay, Chantel will get you connected here with admin if you're having issues. Jovan, what would be your ROI rate, and can you explain more on nominal appreciation? Yeah, Jovan. So, guys, as an active investor in an active business, we all have a cost of funds, right? We borrow money from somewhere and we invest it back into real estate. So if you have like 100 grand sitting in the bank with nowhere else to park it, you can say, well, Ben, my money isn't costing anything because it's my own money. But if you take what you get a C, maybe percent, you have to have some kind of cost or opportunity cost elsewhere. So mine, Jovan, dude, mine is, I'll borrow anywhere from 5, 6, 7 typically, maybe a little bit more. I'm typically looking to generate a probably 25% ROC. I'm going to reduce my cost of funds. So call it, let's say 25. I have a 20% spread. I'm living in the spread. Actually, I have a whole investment thesis on this. Living in the spread means I can borrow as much money as I want, so long as I can generate that much more profit on the upside. If I maintain my margin, then I can actually use cash as a leveraging tool, so I can use OPM to build my business. No different, guys, no different than if I were selling any other product in any other industry. I need inventory, and I need to be able to sell that inventory for a profit, buy more, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? So nominal appreciation, Jovan, is simple for me. I'm going to take a base average over the last 10 years, okay? Barring any major market correction, I want 10 years, even 20 years, you're going to come across one kind of average rate. So I call it a nominal rate because right now there's an inflated rate of appreciation that gives us false sense of value. And when the market goes up, like in Windsor, guys, like 22%, 23% a year is not a sustainable growth metric. So if somebody goes, wow, what do you think about the fact that it's gone up 22%? I'm going to say, well, all I think is congratulations if you are in the market. By no means should you expect for it to continue moving at that pace. If your investment thesis includes a short-term run in a bullish cycle and you're expecting that that appreciation maintains, you might find yourself on the deficit of that conversation when it capitulates and then the appreciation rate only goes up that much more. So guys, if the overall interest rates increase, right, and the government raises those, it's going to make getting approvals for homes that much harder, and people will be in properties that they can no longer afford based on the monthly payment as it relates to the total debt service ratio. I know I'm getting a little bit hyper intensive on this, but my point is pick a reasonable rate. 1 to 5% to me is a nominal rate that makes a lot of sense. Okay, Jovan, does that answer your question, buddy? Yes. Okay, cool. Chantel and Steven have some questions. Admin, just pop in with those. You guys can get that stuff sorted out with whatever you need to do. Okay, so the other question is recordings. Yeah, we have the recordings of this stuff, guys. Just grab the link, come connect with us on Friday, and we'll grab it to you guys. And again, if it's not working, you're not happy, whatever, Danny B will give your money back. That's fine. I'd rather give your money back than you chase me on Facebook. Can you wholesale a house that's for sale by a real estate company, says Jason Matu. Matu or Mato, I'm hoping it's Matu. It's like me too, but Motu. I hope I'm not butchering your name, Jason. Everybody butchers my name, okay? So the short answer, Jason, is yes. The longer answer is you have to be mindful and intentional on how you structure your purchase and sale agreements to give yourself the opportunity to be able to like wholesale that property further. So I'll give you a quick story, Jason. Okay, buddy? There was a property on the MLS for $124,000 in the Windsor market. This was going back a couple years ago. $124,000. It wasn't moving for probably like a good 3 to 4 months. I called up the realtor, Susan. I said, Susan, I want to see this property. I went and met the realtor and the homeowner at the property. I did a tour of this thing. And I said, guys, here's the deal. I'm an investor. I'm buying real estate. I'm prepared to move forward and give you an offer on this thing, but I'm going to need a few days to figure out conditions and figure out what my game plan is as an investor. So I got the property for $113,000, and I put in there a clause or the right to assign the purchase and the buyer sold on absolute discretion at any point before, on, or after closing. And there's a whole sentence paragraph that I put in there. What I did was simple. I called my buddy, who is a flipper, and I said, hey, man, I know you're looking for a deal. I have a property right now. It's on the MLS. He says, what do you mean you have a property? I have it under contract. I'm selling it for $124,000. He came down and he's like, well, how did you get it for this? I'm like, I negotiated and I was here first. So here's what happened. I assigned the deal to him. He actually ended up buying it for $124,000. He assumed my closing date. He closed on it for $124,000. I had it for $113,000. So I received the difference of $11,000 on the day of closing. And he was like, well, Why should I buy it off of you for 124 when you got it for 113? I said, because I was here first and because you want to buy a property. So I never took possession. I never closed on it. It went directly to him and he closed on that property. Okay? So just giving you that indication that yes, it's possible, but you have to be able to structure the agreement correctly so that you're not confusing the way that works. Okay? Ian says, given the seller a favorable VTB finance rate in order to purchase the property at a better price versus current market appreciation. Let me get back to Ian's question here real quick. Guys, if you haven't had your chance to click the link, remember 100% fine, guarantee. So if you guys aren't happy, no problem. Danny B and I will give you a refund and all of Cashflow Tribe, but I'm excited to see you guys move forward. Ben, you're too salesy. You came to get results. If you don't have a basic account, I have no sympathy for you. Get a basic, it's free. If you got a basic and you want to move up, I'm encouraging you to take the next actionable step. $59 is less than you'll spend on a couple meals this month, and it may make a massive difference in your leveling up as an investor. Okay? There we go. Let me get back to Ian's question. Giving the seller a favorable B2B finance rate in order to purchase the property at a better price versus the current market appreciation profits. Still a little lost here on Ian's question as I go back to his previous one. Finance incentive to buy a deal versus the appreciation. Danny, are you making sense of this question? I'm having a little bit of a hard time here. Purchase property versus current market.
Try to put it in the comments again and reword it, and we'll follow up with you.
Yeah, so I'll just touch on it because I think I got the sense here. Giving the seller favorable VTB in order to purchase the property instead of them keeping it and benefiting from the appreciation in the marketplace or appreciating profits. Well, Ian, if you have a seller in front of you, and I hope I'm answering your question here. If I'm not, let me know, okay? If you have a seller in front of you who actually wants to sell, there's usually a reason for that. When somebody goes, I'll sell it, but I'm not really that motivated, they're still motivated, okay? They still decided they wanted to sell it. There's still something there they're trying to accomplish. See, what sellers don't say a lot of times is they're just as fearful about shutdowns and COVID as you are. For all they know, the market's going to capsize tomorrow and it's going to go the other way, AKA mass exodus from Toronto condo market in the last 30 days. If you guys read the news, you'll see that people are leaving Toronto and going to places like Hamilton. So Hamilton is booming. Toronto condo market is taking a little bit of a hit here. It may not see it in the price action, but in the supply and demand curve, it's definitely there. Okay? So hope that answers your question here. Don't be afraid to make your conditions. They can only say no. Mark, I love it, dude. So many people think they have to go in all cash, no conditions. That is a fool's mindset. Folks, if you don't have cash, you can't pay cash. If somebody's putting the pressure on you, your realtor or somebody else, other investors, you got to go cash, you'll never get a deal. Tell them to go cash. It's easy to give advice on stuff you don't want to actually do yourself. Like, folks, if you have the cash, you can go cash, but there's no advantage to cash. Everybody thinks that somehow cash is a massive advantage. Everybody closes, just about. Cash is not that valuable of a condition as it used to be. Cash is available everywhere. People can borrow to pay Peter. People can get financing. People can tap into the RSPs. There's so many ways to get cash. So conditional, Mark, is the way to go. You just have to know how to word it, okay? Eric says, man, I'm cranking through here. If I want to learn wholesaling, are you my guys or what? Well, Eric, I was the first wholesaler in Southwestern Ontario. I've done more deals than anybody else. So has my partner, Matt McKeever. Adam's team is probably the largest in the entire country. So without being facetious, Eric, I am the only guy you can learn wholesaling from. Not to mention, I wrote a book on it called Real Estate Secrets Exposed. I don't mean to be facetious or arrogant, but if you want, I'll give you guys the book, humble.ceo, if you're brand new, okay? Humble.ceo. You guys can go ahead and download the book. It's absolutely free, or you can go to Amazon. It was a bestseller when it came out. Feel free to buy the book. It's called Real Estate Secrets, okay? Secrets Exposed. And if anybody's read the book, it's very much nuts and bolts about how wholesaling in Canada actually works. And I'm happy to touch on that at a different time. So hopefully I'm not being a dick about it, Eric. But yes, I am your guy. Bill Morphy. The correct assignment clause is on the CFT website. Yes, it is, Bill. In fact, we have a whole section on of our training that's paperwork. What people don't realize about the CFT site, it's not just a Facebook for investors, which it is that. There's forums and feeds and comments. There's a whole bunch of calculators that we built for Canadians. There's a whole bunch of tools and a whole bunch of training. If you're not a premium member and you're not paying anything, you're actually not getting access to all of the tools and trainings that we've built around doing your first deal. So that would be a huge thing. I don't care if you sign up for 1 month and quit if it's the worst thing ever, but just go see what's there. I think you're curious. All right, Ian, are the profits to be made on the financing something in German with VTB, or can the profit from current market values if you want to flip? Made on financing. Yes, you can make the profit on financing on the VTB. There's multiple ways to skin this cat. I don't know what the right verbiage is here, Daniel, but skin the cat, slice the pig. Yeah, let's go with
something.
The option. There's multiple ways to make money on the financing on the VTB if you're the seller. There's definitely that option to compensate. Maybe this is where you're going, Ian. To compensate for the fact that you're losing the value and the appreciation, can you help the person compensate with the interest income generated through the vendor takeback? The short answer is yes, and you can structure it that way. Okay. Tanya, thank you. Yep. Mark, guys, we're cranking right here. I have a guy that owns 3 properties at a provincial park, owns East Land, and government for 25 years, renewed with the buyer. Big problem is that the banks want 50% down. Is there a lender for a mortgage with only 5 to 10% down? Mark Hansen, dude, we do deals that are 100% financing in the private sector. In the private, I've raised over $30 million, real number, $30 million of non-bank traditional financing in Canadian real estate all over Ontario and other provinces as well. And here's what I'm about to tell you guys. There's so much money in RSPs. There's so much money in private equity. There's so much money from private investors who want to participate in this marketplace. I'm one example. I'm a guy with millions of dollars that invests with people all across the country, put money to work. You bring a deal, you do the work, I'll bring all of the money, 100% financing. And I do that on a recurring basis. So it absolutely is true that you can, but I can't help you go to the bank and slice a better deal. I think if you're coming here saying the bank has the box, can you shape the box differently? No. What I want you to do is go, put the box over here and see this whole other opportunity, this whole other circle of financing available in Canada that you can get access to, okay? If you're having questions on financing, 1 weekend workshop is absolutely imperative. If you come to the 1 weekend workshop, you're going to learn a whole way of thinking about money that will change the way that you buy real estate. Again, you don't need money if you have a high enough financial IQ about real estate, all right? Tanya says, don't forget about the other book. Yes, I wrote another book too called From Communism to Capitalism. By the way, free books for you guys. If you want to get access to it, I'll give you the Reese book for free. It's there. Read it. I just want you guys to use it. I just hope that you guys find value in it, and that's what it's there for. If you want to support us, buy it on Amazon. If you want, we'll get you a signed copy, okay? The market is so competitive right now. The profit. Ian's coming back with all the questions. I love it. I love it, bud. Are the profits found in negotiating buying price or terms rather than expecting profit appreciated value? Ian, both. So depends on what kind of investor you are. If you're in a cash-based business, the primary profit making is coming from your ability to negotiate and capture equity on the buying cycle. By the way, I never pay full price. Never, ever, ever do I pay full price, even if it's a long-term investment thesis, okay? It's very important that, especially right now, you know how to buy real estate. If you're overpaying, you're losing. So, Ian, I would say to you that you have to buy and capture a discount. And then if you're going to keep the property long-term, then you're going to also appreciate or benefit from the appreciation of whatever that's going to be long-term, whether it's a nominal rate or whether it's something excessive like the market's been giving us lately. But I always want to capture equity and appreciation. That's a compounding effect that I have found very useful. And that's how I got to a millionaire at 30, guys, is by using a compounding effect for both active and passive. Okay, big secret there. Very easy to understand. Thank you. Boom. Okay.
Hold up, man. I definitely gotta really make an announcement here, guys. Taking action is super imperative. And so really want to shout out Hannah for signing up, grabbing that mastermind experience ticket. I also want to shout out Stephen Farrell for getting your annual membership, and for Andrea Richards for getting the annual membership. Really want to see you guys level up and grow and do the work so you can get the results. So we're excited for you guys because this 2-day weekend event is going to be off the heezy. Back to you, Ben.
I love it. Thank you. By the way, guys, I have a full intensive wholesale course training. It's inside of Tribe. I used to sell it. When I started selling, it was $1,000 just for that training. It's literally in the subscription. I uploaded it. So pay $59. You can get the entire wholesale course. It's right there. And the book is also right there. Literally, it's the best $59 you'll ever spend if you're brand new. And if you haven't come to a weekend experience, I'm telling you, it's freaking awesome and you guys will love it. So if you get the $59, for me, the best bang for the buck is the annual membership because I'm getting a year of membership. I'm getting all the courses, the access, and a very intensive weekend with myself and Matt McKeever. So that's amazing. You're welcome, buddy. Ian, you're welcome. Tom, you're very welcome. Okay. What are the private lender rates at now? Ian, it depends. It depends on who you're talking to. They start as low as 7%. They go as high as 20%. Depends on the deal and everything else. Okay. Give me the 3 steps right now. Well, number one, are you a Cash Flow Tribe member? Number one, you have to build a pipeline, Eric. You gotta know the right people. The best thing you can do to become a wholesaler is hang out with the biggest wholesalers. I know it's the cheesy answer nobody wants. No, just give me the secret. The secret is get around people doing deals. And then number 2 is raise your level of awareness so you see how the business actually works. Most people don't really have a clue how wholesaling works. They heard it from a friend of a friend. They haven't learned it from a person who's done hundreds of deals. That's the truth. So myself and Adam Martin are probably the 2 best people in the country to talk to about wholesaling. Okay? So that's number 1. And then number 3, number 1, get proximity. Number 2, build the network. Number 3, Eric, you got to take action. You got to start putting yourself out there and start making offers and start getting the price action working in your favor. Okay? Mark, I want to sign a deal with no conditions, but I want the buyer and the wholesale to know that you can get the mortgage to buy the deal. Mark, that's a loaded question. I would structure it it's tough to go. I want to sign a deal with conditions. Okay, but I want to tell the buyer and the wholesale to know that he can get a mortgage to get a deal. You can do that, Mark. I typically like working with pre-approved buyers. So what I like to do, Mark, is if they're not a cash buyer on the wholesale side, I'm going to typically go in and find them financing myself or through a private source and make sure there's backup financing available so I never end up in a position where the deal doesn't close. That's a whole other strategy on the wholesaling topic, and we talk about that a lot, okay? Steve, thank you. Answer your question. Which membership do I get in your opinion? Eric, dude, you got to make a decision. If you're serious about it, just come to the mastermind. That's where you want to be. You want to come to the mastermind this weekend, get to know us, spend time with us. That is the play, okay? That is by far the best thing here for you guys tonight is come to the mastermind, hang out with us. Tiny says, Eric, go in. Okay, boom. Steven says, okay, Ben, you got a year to prove it. Oh, you got a year to do the work, Steven. I'll be here. I'm committed to being here and helping you guys grow. If you need me to prove it, let's talk about that.
Steve Bazara, shout out to you,
Welcome,
my man,
buddy.
for taking action. I love it, man. I'm going to see you on the inside. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, love it, love it. What do you think about rural property investing? I think if it meets your investment thesis, Ian, I would do it. If you have a purpose behind everything for me, I'm very purpose-driven with investing, guys. There's no randomness. If I have an active business, I'm going to focus on it. If I have a passive business, I'm going to focus on that. I think you should buy both, and I have an active and passive model we'll be talking about this weekend. Eric, awesome, buddy. Good to have you here. Amazing, amazing. Okay, Tanya. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to honor the time that we have. And for those of you guys joining us, welcome. So good to have you here at Cash Flow Tribe. We're thankful for all of you. Remember, wherever you need to be, whether it's education seeking, grab a free one. If you're ready to level up, pay the $59. If you're ready to really level up, come to a weekend. And it's amazing hanging out with you guys, okay? And we'll be sending out the links after here. If you have questions, we'll be sending out the links. I'm going to let the stream roll a little bit here. If you guys see send message to admin, you guys can do that with any question you have right now. And admin is standing by to take on some questions from you guys. I'm really excited to keep doing this. We'll be back. We'll keep dropping this here. We're going to be here every Wednesday helping you guys with these little hops. And if you want to level it up, we're here to help you guys push, give you the confidence, and help you move forward. I can't make you rich. There's not a get-rich-quick scheme, guys, okay? This isn't do one thing and now you're a multimillionaire, but this is a plan to creating wealth and creating abundance, especially right now. And you don't have to go anywhere. You can do it right from here. If you're willing to get on the phone, you're willing to evaluate deals, you're willing to think about the business differently. I want to help remove anxiety, help you implant confidence in its place, and I want to help you guys move forward towards getting that first deal, the second deal, or building a business around this. So you guys are awesome. Really appreciate having you guys here. I love doing this with everybody. I think it's absolutely amazing, and you guys are phenomenal people. I appreciate you guys. We do this for impact. We do this for growth. We do this to help people. Our core values are results, impact, community, and transparency. So this is why I'm telling you guys, if you sign up and it's not the best thing you've ever done, please just get a refund. And I'll say thank you, and we'll give your money back with a smile. Because I know that once you join the community, you'll see that it's more than just transactions. There's real relationships in our community. And I'd love to get to know you guys and help you do a deal. Maybe we'll fund a deal together. There's many, many different opportunities, okay? Yeah, we'll be doing this every Wednesday. So if you guys have a basic subscription, it's your first time, we'll be live every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Link, yeah, every Wednesday you're at the same time with my boy Danny B.
That's right. If you're on this stream, you will get the email. And one thing I want to ask is if there was someone who you know will benefit from this conversation, benefit from this opportunity, definitely reach out, send that link over to them and let them get registered as well, because we just want to have a conversation, hang out, talk real estate, understand how to get to the next step and move from there. Ain't that right, Ben?
Yeah, that's right. You guys rock. Have a blessed night, everybody. Take care and stay humble. See you next time, everybody.
Peace and love, everybody. Until next time.
Thank you.